What is going on, everybody? Today we have something absolutely special. This is the 2022 Audi Q4, brand new to the lineup, brand new to the electric world, because electric has finally gone Audi. Starting off with the very front end of this brand new Q4, we can see a lot of features here that will be sprinkled throughout the rest of the lineup for the years to come. We'll show those features as we progress through the video. The front end of this, you get these beautiful standard LED headlights here with optional matrix headlights as well. You can see with most electric cars, there's not really much of a grille. It's kind of this implemented grille right here. And if you notice with the rest of the Q4, there's not a lot of electric vehicle signatures or anything like that. There's no EV badges. That's because Audi's kind of kept this a little bit more low-key with an e-tron kind of embossment in the front here, and then in the rear when we get to that in a second. This one is a Premium Plus, so it will come with your adaptive cruise control, traffic jam assist, lane assist, as well as your standard parking sensors that fit around the entire vehicle. Again, they completely redesigned. This is a brand new design for the Q4. And then also something new to the Audi lineup, we actually fitted all the radar detectors in the front of the badges here. So it gives a really flush and clean look here while tying everything in without having any bulky sensors on the front of the car. That stands out. It keeps the design very flush, aggressive, nice, and luxurious. All right, now let's talk numbers on the brand new Q4. While there's no front trunk, so I won't waste your time with opening that, there is some really great benefits with this car. It has a 5 to 80% charge time with a level 1 charger of only about 38 minutes. It's incredibly fast for the range that it has, which is about 240 miles. Audi prioritizes range lasting. So you'll get that 240 miles for the next year, 2, 3 years, unlike a lot of electric vehicles. That is because Audi uses about 82% of the entire battery life. That increases your battery life and lowers the chances of you ever having to replace it due to battery drainage or damage over time. With that though, Audi comes with an 8-year, 100,000-mile warranty on the battery, and you're never gonna have to replace the entire battery, as each battery are made up into individual cells that can be replaced individually. So great benefits for the customer and the consumer to have their Q4 last a long time. To continue talking about charging on the brand new Q4, you can see the charge port on this car is located in the same spot as a lot of our internal combustion engines for their gasoline. This will have the level 1 and level 2 and level 3 ports right here, as well as if you take off this cover, that will be your level 1 charger. Like I said, that's about 38 minutes from 5 to 80% and about 7 to 8 hours or overnight for your level 2. Level 1 is kind of your last resort. You have to plug it in somewhere. That's closer along the lines of 72 hours. Also, with the purchase of your brand new Q4, you get 250 kilowatts of free charging credit from Electrify America. This is because Volkswagen owns Electrify America, and we get to reap the benefits of that as well. So as long as this is lasting for the next year or 2 years, purchase your brand new Q4, you get 250 kilowatts of free charging. Now, turning the Q4 on its side, there's some pretty interesting things going on about the car. First of all, your charge port is in the same location as the rest of our internal combustion engines, as well as you notice the wheels are more of this aero disc design that kind of follows with the rest of the electric car industry, but that's standard. We know about that. Let's dive a little bit deeper in, and you'll notice the rear brakes are drum brakes. Let's not get discouraged about that. That's because of the brand new regenerative system. With that, it feels, and I hate to compare it to a Tesla, it's gonna feel a little bit more like a Tesla in the fact where you take your foot off the brake, it's gonna slow you a little bit down. That is of course optional as well with the paddle shifters, but we'll dive into that later once we get into the inside. Drum brakes, you won't have to replace as often, which is why they went with that route, and with that regenerative braking, you're not gonna be using it as much as you will. Of course, the front still gets that standard 1-piston brake, and it still will stop on a dime because that's what Audi likes to do. You can see the rest of the side design here will follow along with the rest of our Q5, Q3, Q7 lineup here. Kind of follows into that Q3, Q4, Q5, as well as you'll notice these door handles are the same door handles as the A3, which I mentioned in the RS3 video how much I absolutely love. They feel great when you open them, and they have a nice texture on the inside for the keyless entry, keyless lock as well. Now, continuing with the side of the vehicle, Closer to the front, we can see the S-Line badge. Yes, it's still optional with the S-Line Plus and S-Line packages. That will get you the seats we'll see later on, the nice badging here, and different wheels as well. Now turning the Q4 around, we can see a lot of these design elements to be influenced for years to come. You'll see this light bar across a lot of our models for later on. As well as you'll notice there's no electric badges. Again, like I said in the front, we actually just have this e-tron badge embossed into the rear bumper. Otherwise, if you're not paying attention very closely, you could see that the Q4 and Quattro badges are a lot similar to the rest of our lineup and could easily be mistaken as an internal combustion engine vehicle. Again, a lot of the other stuff standard with the Audi lineup, the rear sensors, the actually rear backing up assist. That's with if a car's coming or a person is walking, it'll help stop you from hitting them. As well as another thing that's kind of standard with the Audi lineup is the touchless entry of the rear tailgate there. Now with the trunk open, we can dive a little bit deeper into some of the great features this Q4 has to offer, including the incredible space management that this trunk has and the rest of the Q4 has to offer. And we'll notice those features as we hop inside as well. Not to mention, you have these great deep pockets on either side of the trunk, this all-weather, which is optional trunk liner here. If we lift this up, we can actually access the inside here. We get extra storage underneath. Right now it's fitting our charging cables, but you could put numerous other things there as well. Makes up for the lack of a front trunk there. You can see the white LED interior lighting for if you're accessing it at night. And one of my favorite parts is the hard cover to protect items, keep them cool or out of sight if you're leaving your car for the day. Now hopping into the back seat of the brand new Q4, I don't think enough people are giving this car enough credit for this. I'm in my driving position right now, and this absolutely blows my mind. This is more space than the back of a Q5, even comparable to a Q7. This is insane. It has to do with the setup of the batteries being underneath your feet and there being no transmission tunnel right here in between. Tons of space, tons of storage, but with that you get these premium leather materials. Audi only uses real leather and the best of the leather as well, and that really shows up how well our cars last over time. Again, continuing with the Q4 new features options here, we can see on the door panel here, there's actually this slight kind of divot here in the front. You might be wondering what that is, and that is a cup holder. Audi's kind of changed to the cup holder location. Yes, you still get them here on the side, but it's a little bit more convenient here and it's a little bit more sturdy as well. Full automatic windows, standard, brand new door handle design here, as well as, again, tons of storage, tons of headroom here above me, and this incredible just haptic touch lights here, of course with the white LEDs, because that's what Audi does. Again, lots of space. Usually I wouldn't recommend a middle person here on these kind of smaller platform cars, but I honestly, a person in the middle here could fit pretty comfortably with there being no hump there in the middle. Yes, it still gets a little bit of a hump here in the seat, but again, you make up for that with the more legroom here in between. This would be a very comfortable ride, even for a road trip. And then some of the really nice amenities back here besides the legroom, you get the 3-zone climate control, so you get to individually control your climate for the back seat, as well as 2 USB-C chargers, which are a lot faster than the previous generation of chargers, and the 12-volt outlet as well. Again, it's a comfortable space to be, and let's just dive right into the front now. Now hopping into the front seat of the Q4, and there's some really great things going on. First of which, you notice the car is off right now, we're sitting in it. You would think, oh, you're gonna press the start button to start it. Wrong. Put your foot on the brake, all your accessories turn on. It's a pretty great system here, after it finished beeping, that you don't have to touch the start-stop button. You keep your key in your pocket, your purse, in your backpack, anywhere you would like. Not only is it keyless entry, it's now officially buttonless start. That's a new phrase I'm gonna start. And you see it's still off, the accessories are on, we can access our music, our screens, everything like that. To officially start the car and put it into drive mode, you just pull down the new drive lever and it says ready. It is now ready to go. Your AC is fully on now and it is fully ready to go. Same thing with reverse, neutral, but you notice there's no park right here. Park will be this button right here in the middle, and it is your parking brake as well. So there's no fiddling with 2 separate buttons. I've always wondered why they haven't tied those in as one, and now they have. Including, again, lots of stuff going on. This is the brand new standard display, which will remind you a lot of the upgraded displays and a lot of other Audis. Finally nice to see this trickle down and become standard. One thing this particular model is missing is the technology package. With that, you'll get the navigation as well as the upgraded now Sonos. It's Sonos on the Q4 instead of Bang & Olufsen. That's kind of bringing in the newer generation of sound systems, hoping to see a deeper connection with the younger generation. I absolutely love it. It sounds great. As always, Audi's going to put the best in their cars. This is the same standard screen that you'll see in the rest of the lineup, so I won't go too in depth with that. It just has your standard electric charging efficiency mode. You got your driver assistance as well. That's again standard, but with charging efficiency, you can see the range of your car. You can see how to maximize the range. So like if you have the AC on like I do right now, it might request for me to go in Eco AC. With that, it'll kind of draw a little bit less electricity from the vehicle, giving you a better range. As well as these brand new vents here, like the A3s. Again, I absolutely love those vents. It's the little things for me, and they feel great in your hands, and they make a nice click when you turn them on and off. Coming here, this is pretty similar to the e-tron GT, the A3s. A lot of the newer Audi lineup will also get this as well, continuing on, as well as the big change, which is the steering wheel. This steering wheel will not be exclusive to the Q4. We're going to see it in the next generation of A4, A5, Q5 in that lineup as well. And you notice these aren't exactly buttons. Yes, you can still touch them as buttons, like if I wanted to go down on the volume, up on the volume, same thing. But you can also now just drag your finger. So you can see the volume button will go up. We'll do that because copyright, but same idea is there. And then these lights will turn off when the car is off, giving it a really clean look. I really like how the steering wheel looks. It has a nice futuristic presence, futuristic level to all the new Audis, and I'm excited to see that branch out. One last big difference here that you'll notice on this car compared to the rest of them, it does not have the Quattro badge on the front there. Instead, they changed the e-tron. Again, giving that kind of reminding you are in an electric vehicle. You are in the e-tron level vehicles here with Audi. All right, so here we are in the brand new 2022 Q4. All the remaining Q4s that are coming out will be 23s. This was a demo given to the dealership, most dealerships around 2022 for test drives, everything like that. This still drives a lot like the rest of our internal combustion engine lineup. It drives a lot like the e-trons do, so it's really nice familiarity that goes along with it. The big difference is gives you the opportunity for that regenerative braking. So right now, I don't know if you can see, we are slowing down. I don't even have my foot on the brake or anything. It gives us 3 different options to slow down here. It's a lot more drastic than it would be with the previous generation. It's not going to stop you to 0, but that's pretty close. Might as well be there already. It's a really great system. I'm not using the brake at all. It's where a lot of your range is going to come from. A lot of your range is going to come from that regenerative charge. So it's best to get used to it. Of course, you don't have to, and with this it gets you 3 different ranges. So if you want a little bit or a lot of it or a lot of it, which I like, it gives you the opportunity to choose. A lot of the new Teslas are coming without the feature at all because the EPA is testing it with the regenerative braking, regenerative charge with it. People are noticing the ranges aren't as far as they estimated it to be. That's one thing I've always enjoyed about Audi, along with horsepower number, torques numbers, and now range. We've actually been underestimating it. And of course, depending on how you drive, that's the big thing with electric cars. I mean, you could absolutely floor it every day, every second, every minute, and you're gonna get really bad range. That's just how it is. But if you're careful with it, even normal day-to-day driving, you're gonna get that 240 miles or so easily. I think with using the regenerative charge, even sometimes putting it, there's actually, so down here it says D and B. If you put it back into B mode, it'll automatically, this is more of the efficiency mode, it will limit your total top speed. It'll also already do the best braking scenario for you. That's if you don't want to bother with the paddles at all. It's a really good system for day-to-day use. If you don't like to bother with the paddles, I suggest trying just the B. Personally, I like the option to choose, especially since like right now it's like I don't immediately need to stop. I can just coast. That'll save some energy as well. And then when I get up to the front here, I can then just pull it back a couple times, and that works just as well. Just want to say thank you again. It gives me the opportunity to really show these cars in depth and in detail. Let us know what else you want to see. We of course got some other cars lined up here. We really want to make a video for each car in the brand, giving everybody an experience before they even have to step inside the dealership showroom. So let me know if there's a specific car you guys want to see, if there's something that we haven't gone over yet. Maybe it's a car we already did, but we didn't go in detail enough. We can make these short clips explaining certain features more in detail. Maybe there's a video you want to see just on how the adaptive cruise control works. We can do that as well. It's a really great system nonetheless. I'll just gloss over it really quickly. It also has traffic jam assist as well, so 0 to 45 miles an hour. It will also take corners for you, which is really cool. One of my favorite parts, and one of the biggest things to brag about, is the turning radius on this Q4. That's cool. Again, come experience it for yourself. That's really awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today and checking out the beautiful brand new Q4 and all it has to offer for the brand new electric lineup here at Audi. Again, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them in the comments below. Give the video a like, and be sure to check out our Instagram and other pages as well. Hope to see you soon, and take care, and we'll see you in the next one.